Good evening, everyone. This is a series called To Tell the Truth. Okay? And for all of you, my tribe and my community, uh, I spoke with my manager, okay, and I had been thinking of a more appropriate name for my channel. So my channel now is called Spirit University. Okay, that's the name of my channel, Spirit University. I think it's more appropriate. And she also thought it was too. I hope you all like it. I love it. I think this is a very appropriate name. Okay. Uh, all right. Now, uh, this is a series called To Tell the Truth. And hello, everybody, and thank you so much for supporting my channel. Uh, and tonight, uh, what I'm going to talk about is called Watch Night. Some of you may know what this is, and some of you may not. Okay? So you might change from ringing in the New Year's or ringing in Watch Night, as the people did way back, and they still may do in some states or families now. So here's the information on Watch Night. On the night of December 31st, 1862, enslaved and free African Americans gathered, many in secret, to ring in the new year and await news of the Emancipation Proclamation. Just a few months earlier, uh, on September the 22nd, 1862, President Abraham Lincoln issued the executive order that the executive order that enslaved people in the rebel Confederate states legally free. So the enslaved people were legally free on this date. Okay, of course, this was kept from the enslaved in Texas for another 3 years by their owners. This night is also referred to Freedom's Eve, marks when people of color across the country watched and waited for the news of freedom. Today, Watch Night is an New Year's Eve, uh, annual New Year's Eve tradition that includes the memory of slavery and freedom, reflections on faith, and celebration of the community and strength. Okay, on that night also too, here's something that was said. It is a day for poetry, song, and new song. These uh, cloudless skies, this balmy air, this brilliant sunshine are in harmony with the glorious, let's see, making of liberty about dawn up on us. This was spoken by Frederick Douglass from his mouth, December 31st, okay, 1862. Now, I have some portraits, and this is information that's from the Smithsonian Institute. And I want to show you some pictures, and I will explain each picture when I show you. Okay, here's a photograph, and I'm going to try to put it where you can see it from that time. Okay. All right. Okay, that's very clear. That's one of them. And it says, I have to put my second pair of eyes on to read this. Okay. This is an illustration of African American church ceremony, New Year's. Uh, let's see. From Getty's Images, original caption, Virginia, the Lord will take care of the colored folks, seeing the old year out and the new year in scene in the colored church at Grafton near Yorktown during the watch meeting. So this is back in the 1800s. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's see. Let me see here. Let me read this. Watch night service is rooted in African American religious traditions during the first watch night. Many enslaved African Americans gathered to pray, worship, sing, and dance. At the time, enslaved black people could find little respite from ever present surveillance from the plantation owners in the old series. They watched them, man, like a hawk. Yuck. At the time, enslaved African American people could find little respite from ever present surveillance in practicing their faith. That's a shame. Uh, European, let's see, European enslavers feared that religion, which was often used to quell slave resistance, could incite the exact opposite if practiced without observance. They wrote laws that restricted worship in large gatherings, such as that in the 1848 Georgia Slave Code. It reads, no person of color shall be allowed to preach, to exhort, or join in any religious exercise with any persons of color, either free or slave, there being more than 7 persons of color present. And this is the 1848 Georgia Slave Code. Can you imagine that was the law? All right. This other picture I want to show you. Let me try to make it bigger this time. Uh, okay, I hope you can see. Let me see. I hope you can see that. Okay, well, maybe I should push it back some. Okay, there you go. You can see it. This is the actual Emancipation of Proclamation. Now, this is from the Smithsonian Institute. Okay, all this information is. Okay, now I think there's one or two more pictures I want to show you. Okay, and it said here, let me read this. The proclamation of emancipation by the President of the United States to take effect January 1st, 1863, 1862. And this says collection of the Smithsonian Museum of African American History and Culture. Okay, so this all this I'm showing you is our fact. Okay, let's see here. There's one more. I think it's two more. Okay, I hope I can make this a little bit bigger so you can see this. Okay, and then I'll read what it said. Oh, that's pretty clear. Oh, Lola, you did a good job, girl. Wait a minute. Let's see here. There you go. Okay, that's clear. Those pictures. All right. And let me read what it says now. Okay, let me. All right. Not so big. For this picture, it says, waiting for the hour, Carte de Bibasset. Wait a minute. Carte de Visas, Visite of an emancipation of an emancipation watch night meeting collection of the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture. All right. Okay, and it says also too, let me read this. Despite the laws, enslaved people sought to exercise their own religious customs, including Christianity, Islam, and indigenous faith practices, reflective of the homes from which they were stolen. They convened at praise houses on plantations or secretly gathered in the woods and where they practiced their faith under the protective cover of the trees and brush in what became known as hush harbors. As Charlotte Martin, a formerly enslaved woman from Florida, recounted, the plantation owner would not permit them to hold religious meetings or any other kinds of meetings, but they frequently met in secret to conduct religious services. Charlotte's own brother was beaten to death for participating in such secret worship meetings, but enslaved people persisted in their faith. Yes, the faith was strong. Practices as forms of resistance and freedom. Hallelujah. Okay. So I think there's one more, last one. I believe this is the last one, and I will close. I think that's the last one. Okay. Yeah, this is the last one. I will show you this. I'll try to make it bigger so you will see. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can get that into. Okay. Actually, there you go. You can see what that is. Most people that cook will know exactly what that is. Excuse me. Oh my God. The way I said that it was funny to me. It might be funny to some other people. Also, too. Okay. Uh, my mama actually had a big pot like that. Sure did. Okay. Now I will read what it says. If I insulted some people, I'm sorry. Okay. Really sorry. Uh, stock pot used to cook collard greens at the Florida Avenue Grill. Collection of the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture. Gifts of Emar and Tasha Hutchins. Hmm, that was nice. Florida Avenue Grill. Okay, let's see. Oh, in conclusion, initially meant to welcome emancipation today, the Watch Night services encourages reflection on the history of slavery and freedom, as well as reflection on the past year, both its trials and triumphs, while also anticipating what the new year will have in store. It is a continuation of generations of faith that freedom and renewal lie ahead. Yes, that's correct. You know, there's a tradition in our family, and I can remember there's three things that uh, on New Year's we are supposed to have with dinner. Uh, I know one of them are black eyed peas. Uh, oh God, hold on. Maybe I can look it up. Uh, let's see. Maybe I can look. I know it's black eyed peas, and I think that's for money. Uh, let's see. Okay. I think I got it. Let's see here. La, 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 la. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Yes, the tradition in our family is, yeah, collard greens, black eyed peas, and cornbread. Oh yeah, yes, yes. That's what we have. Uh, It's just my daughter and myself now, and that's what we traditionally have. But the two other things that it can be added um, is this. Let's see, collard greens, hopping john. I think this like a pancake or something, or fried cornbread or something like that. I believe I'm correct. Black eyed peas, cornbread, and pot liker soup. Those are the traditions from all of the traditions of a meal from way back in the 1800s. Okay, I will close now, and I hope that you all enjoy this uh, to tell the truth. Now, this was never in my history growing up. I don't know about yours, but I'm sure it wasn't all this information because some people does not know about this. Okay, or that know about the other tradition of the Europeans, but they don't know about this tradition. Okay, so I am making it known so people will know this truth. My channel is all about truth and honesty and transparency. Uh, what you see is what you're going to see, and what you hear is the truth, and what you see is the truth also too. Okay, uh, so I hope you all enjoyed this information, and thank you for all your support. And so please like and subscribe, uh, and take care of yourself and each other. And as I always say, pass it on. Thank you. Good night.